Hey friends, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today we are going to do something that is really fun. Have you ever considered wax sealing your cards, your packages, or anything like that? This is so much fun. So we are going to do some wax sealing. And this is one of those processes that it's from an era long ago, but it's still just so nice and beautiful. The process of doing it can be a little bit slow. It can be a little bit tedious at some points of it, but it's beautiful and it's amazing. It's truly one of those things that makes your envelopes and your packages really feel super special. So this is my envelope that I want to seal. And so, but we're going to do some different ways and different colors. And this is the one that I'm actually, the reason I brought this out was to do that. So what I have a piece of poster board we're going to use just to, practice seals on. And I've got two different types of wax. So this little kit here, it all comes from Amazon. And this wax here, so you can see there's no wick in this. So this type of wax is meant to be cut and melted in the little wax spoon. And then there's this other type of wax, and on this one it has a wick and you light it and then it melts down and you just sort of drip it around. So I'm going to show you both of those. And my little kit has a candle, so I'll use one of them instead of finding my other one. And this is my little wax seal. I really need to get some more. This is the one that I use, and it is an S. So when you can see the detail in it. So when you're doing it, you want to make sure that you're stamping the right way so that it's not upside down. And here's my spoon. And we'll do this both ways. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to light my flame. All right, so I got my flame going, and be careful, don't burn yourself. All right, so we're actually going to start with our drip. And then I personally like the spoon better, but a lot of people like the drip better. I mean, I like both of them, but the spoon is actually my favorite. All right, so when you're doing the drip, you're going to light your wick. And then your wax will get to where it starts melting. And you want to hold your wax pen down. And then you just move your little drips around until you get however much you want. And you want it to be in somewhat of a circle, but this is one of those things that is perfectly imperfect. Like, if it looks too perfect, it looks manufactured. And then you're going to take your seal, and you want to make sure that you're putting it the right way. And then you're going to put your seal in the middle of it, press down and just leave it until it gets hard. That one probably could have used a little bit more wax. Now you want to leave it until it gets hard and completely dries. It doesn't take very long, because otherwise when you lift up, you'll have wax still on your seal. And you can feel around and tell that it's done. And see, I didn't have quite enough, but it is so pretty. So let's do another one. And you see my seal is nice and clean. And that's the one thing, when I do this method, a lot of times I like, I wish I had more, wish I would have used more wax. But this process, like, this is just one of those things that is so cathartic, and you have to allow yourself to just sit and enjoy, relax, and get enjoyment out of the process. This green is so pretty. I didn't look at my stamp to make sure it was the right way. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. Now there's a little bit of purple in there where I didn't clean it before, and you couldn't see it, like, you know, now it looks completely clean, and that happens to me. But for me, like, I'm not really bothered by that, because I think it looks pretty as it mixes. All right, so this time we're going to put a lot more wax, because you can see, and I do this all the time. I don't put enough when I do it this way. But I love it, and I just think it looks so good. And this is so nice if you're like going to have a wedding, Christmas cards. So honestly, the only stamp I have is this S, which is sort of crazy that it's the only one I have. I'm not sure why I haven't ordered more. It's the only one. I use it all the time. But you can get, I mean, like, such amazing, super, super pretty stamps. This time we're going to make sure we got plenty. And you want this nice little fat roll around it. It looks so nice. One of the things, if your wax gets too hot, that's when you get the bubbling. Doing this drip method, it's very unusual for it to get too hot. And look how pretty that is. Ah, that's so pretty. And still, some of my other colors are in there. Now, if you, wouldn't want that, then just clean it in between. And then another thing that is cool, so I'm going to use both of these. So let's go back to this one. So now I'm going to mix some wax colors. This is one of those processes that is just so soothing, and you just have to take the time to enjoy the process. Now, if you want to do these and you want to, like, maybe you want to make a bunch of them ahead of time. I was wondering if it would pull up on here, but no, this paper won't. But you wanted to make a bunch of them ahead of time. What I do, especially around Christmas time, I put them on wax paper, and then they can just peel off. And then you can either use some double-sided tape or some adhesive and put them on your envelopes. Now also, if you're making them on wax paper and you have pieces like this, like where I messed up these sizes, you can peel it off and you can remelt it in your spoon, and you can not waste that wax. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Oh, that's a perfect, beautiful seal. All right, so now, mind you, you can do this also with your ones that have the wick in it. It's just that that's not what they're, these ones are meant for this. All right, so I'm going to just take it and I'm going to cut off a little piece. This is probably not the best knife. It's my soap knife. I just happen to have it. I have a bag of some that's already used. I just and that I've already cut some off of, but and cut pieces. I just don't know where I've put it. All right, so you're going to put your wax in your spoon, and you're just going to hold it over your flame until it melts. And this is the part when I said that, some of it's a little bit tedious. Yeah, that's this part. This is the tedious part. But again, I enjoy it because, I don't know, I feel like it's just cathartic and relaxing. Times when I'm doing this, I just think about, like, back a long time ago, when this is how they sealed all of their envelopes. Like, just the time and attention that they put into a hand-penned letter. Today everything is so fast, and we write an email and don't even have to think about it. This is back when they hand-penned everything. This is, back when you courted, you send letters to each other. My dearest Belvedere, how I long to see you again. It has been such a long time. This is where you want to be careful, because if you get your, once it starts to melt and it gets nice and melty, you're done. This is where you got to worry. If you get it too hot, you start getting bubbles. So then you're going to take this and you're just going to pour it around. Now again, perfectly imperfect. This, if you don't have a perfect circle, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. These are so cool because none of them are the same. There's no two the same. And it takes practice to get used to like how much wax you need. And also depending on what kind of look you want. You know, do you want a thinner look? You know, like this has got a little bit of a lip, but not as much as like this. Look at this very big lip. So really it's a lot of it is just, you know, what is your preference? And look how beautiful that is. It's so nice. I mean, it's truly just such a great way to seal your envelopes and seal your packages. And all right, so we are going to seal my envelope. And I am going to use blue. So when you're sealing your envelope, you want to make sure that you have a nice amount on either side of your seal. And if you want to make sure, like say you're giving somebody something through someone else and you want to make sure that it doesn't get open, this is a good way to do it because of the seal. So this one's going to have a nice fat seal. I might not have got it all the way to the top, but it's, you know, it's okay. And, you know, from what I've read back in, you know, the era where they use these seals, the seal actually matched, like you had a ring that matched your seal, and that's how you could, you know, tell. It was like the double verification ID check. So the other thing is, we'll use this. So, well, if I want to clean this, I just put it over and, you know, let all of that just start getting heated up again. And also remember, this is a metal spoon, so it, you know, will definitely burn you if you're not careful. If there's anything to dump out, I will. Let it get a little bit hotter. And then I just use a cloth or a paper towel and go in and wipe my spoon. And then my spoon is nice and clean. And there's my seal. I put it sideways. That's okay. But, you know, it's just, you know, it's nice. It's a nice way to do your envelope. So these are fun. If you'd like, I can show you a really great way to do these with crayons. Let me know. All right, listen, I hope you guys have a blessed and beautiful day, friends, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.